This is the magical forest of dreams. It's home to all sorts of amazing creatures. Kind fairies, mischievous sprites, grumpy trolls, and a whole lot more. But most of all, it's a place where dreams come true. That is, if you know how to listen to your heart. One day, a little boy named Zozo got lost in this very same forest. He was sad and scared, but suddenly he heard a friendly voice saying, "Well, hello there. You look a bit lost. Can I help you?" Zozo turned around and saw a cute bluebird perched on a nearby branch. "Oh hi," said Zozo. "I'm lost. Can you help me find my way out of this forest?" The bluebird tilted her head and said, "Of course, I'd be happy to help you. But first, I have to tell you about this wonderful forest. Here, everything is possible. And if you listen closely to your heart, it will show you the way." Zozo thought for a moment. "I want to see what this forest has to offer. I wonder what amazing things we'll see together," he said. "Hop on my back," said the bluebird. "Hold on tight and get ready for an adventure." Zozo climbed onto the bird's back and they took off into the sky. As they flew over the forest, Zozo saw all sorts of incredible things. There were rivers of chocolate and marshmallow, trees made of candy, and talking animals everywhere. They landed on a mushroom near a small house made of twigs and leaves. Suddenly, the door opened and out popped a squirrel wearing a chef's hat. "Hello," said the squirrel. "My name is Chef Nutty. Welcome to my humble abode. Care for some tea and cookies?" Zozo couldn't say no to such a friendly face, so he joined Chef Nutty for a lovely afternoon tea party. They sipped warm milk while chatting about all sorts of topics. And when it was time to go, Chef Nutty gave Zozo a big bag of acorns and some fresh berries as a souvenir. Zozo thanked the squirrel and promised to visit again soon. Then he and the bluebird continued their journey through the magical forest. They soared past gushing waterfalls and fields of flowers that sang sweet songs. Finally, they arrived at a clearing where a group of rabbits were playing a musical game. Each rabbit held a different instrument, and together they made beautiful music. Zozo sat down to watch them play, and one of the rabbits noticed him. "Hey buddy, why don't you join us?" she said. Zozo hesitated for a moment. "I'm not very good at playing instruments," he admitted. Soon Zozo was playing along with the other rabbits, and they made joyful music until the sun began to set. When it was time to leave, the rabbits gave Zozo a big basket of carrots and nuts to take home. As they flew away, Zozo realized that making music was a lot like working together. Just as the rabbits had to cooperate to make beautiful harmony, he too needed to work with others in real life to achieve his goals. After spending many wonderful hours in the Forest of Dreams, Zozo started to feel tired. "How about we take a break and rest for a while?" the bluebird suggested. "That sounds like a great idea," replied Zozo. Together they found a cozy spot under a willow tree and snuggled up for a nap. Suddenly, Zozo felt himself falling into a deep sleep. As he drifted off, he heard the bluebird singing a sweet song. "Dreams, dreams, magical dreams, so light and free, take me away to lands of glee." Zozo closed his eyes and let the melody carry him away. Zozo wasn't about to give up. He remembered all the kindness he had received from the other creatures in the forest. "Please, Mr. Troll, I really need to find the bluebird. I promise I'll do anything for you," he begged. The troll thought for a moment. "Very well, I challenge you to a game. If you win, I'll help you find the bluebird, but if you lose, you'll have to stay here forever." Zozo knew this was a risky bet, but he couldn't give up. "Okay, what do I have to do?" he asked. The troll pointed to a nearby hill. "Go to the top of that hill and bring me back a handful of sand," he said. Zozo didn't hesitate. He started to climb the hill, and after a few minutes, he reached the top. He closed his eyes, cupped his hands, and waited for the wind to blow some sand into them. Suddenly, he heard a familiar voice calling his name. "Zozo, over here," she cried. Zozo turned around and saw the bluebird flapping her wings. "Bluebird," he called back, overjoyed. She flew over and asked, "What are you doing here, Zozo, and where's the grumpy troll?" Zozo thanked the bluebird and hurried back to the troll. "Here's your sand," he said, holding out his hands. The troll examined the sand suspiciously. Then he noticed that it was wet. "You tricked me," he roared. Zozo and the bluebird exchanged a glance. "Actually, this isn't sand at all," said the bluebird calmly. "It's water from the top of the hill. You see, Zozo didn't want to trick you, but he also didn't want to stay in this dark and gloomy place forever. Instead, he wanted to return to the beautiful Forest of Dreams with all its friendly creatures." The troll thought for a moment. "Well, I have to admit you two outsmarted me. I suppose it's time I stopped being so grumpy and mean." He smiled for the first time, revealing a set of pearly white teeth. "From now on, I'll be known as the Happy Troll, and I'll do my best to help those in need. Zozo and the Bluebird were delighted to hear this. They thanked the Happy Troll for his help and continued on their journey through the magical forest. Finally, they reached a clearing where the trees shimmered with all the colors of the rainbow. In the center stood a magnificent palace made of crystal and stardust. "This must be where the Queen of the Forest lives," Zozo said in awe. The Bluebird nodded. "She's the ruler of this magical realm, and if you ask her for a wish, she'll grant it to you." Zozo knew this was his chance to return home. "Thank you for bringing me to this wonderful forest," he said to the Bluebird. "I've learned so much here. I won't forget any of it." The Bluebird smiled. "The Forest of Dreams is a place where wishes come true, but it's also a place where you learn valuable lessons." She pointed to a nearby flower. "Pick that flower and take it to the palace. The Queen will be waiting for you." Zozo picked the flower and walked towards the palace. As he approached the throne, a beautiful woman with flowing silver hair and a kind smile appeared before her. "Welcome, Zozo," she said. "I've been expecting you. What is your wish?" Zozo hesitated for a moment. "To be honest, Your Majesty, I don't want anything for myself. This forest has taught me that friendship and kindness are the most important things in life. I want everyone in my town to experience the magic of this place and learn valuable lessons, just like I did." The Queen smiled warmly. "What a selfless wish, Zozo. It's exactly what this forest is all about." She waved her magic wand and poof, the palace vanished along with the Queen and the forest. Zozo woke up in his bed, and he was no longer the same little boy who had gotten lost in the forest. He had become braver, kinder, and much wiser. From that day on, Zozo shared his wonderful dream with everyone he knew. And thanks to the lessons he learned in the Forest of Dreams, he became a happier and more helpful person.